A closer map than we were expecting over on Inferno. It goes the distance. It goes to round 30. Let's see if Overpass has more of the same for us. We are into the second map of this series. My name is Hawker, joined by Dean. And Dean, we're getting right into the pistol.
Yeah, big opportunity here, of course, for Copenhagen Flames after taking that first map, having the CT starter as well to try and get themselves the 2-0. But as we had mentioned before, Movistar Riders certainly going to be the favourites here coming on towards Overpass. Oh, nice little double nade set up here in the spawn, I believe, from them, waiting for this push to come up through short. As soon as it's spotted, they'll throw the nades in and hope to do a bunch of damage. And it looks like this is probably going to come in as they hope. Likely letting them onto the bomb site. I think it's more so aimed to stop the bomb plant. Are they going to throw them at the correct time? And is the question is, yeah, Movistar Riders do move forward and realize they have control of the bomb site. So the bomb should start going down relatively soon. There we go. Nice little double kill. That delays a small bit. A nice two-man advantage now as well. Because I believe they found one there as the push was coming in towards Bank at the same time. So this has gotten a little bit more complicated for Movistar Riders for sure. They do get the bomb plant, and the flash is actually perfect. Or rather, not perfect, because I believe that was from the CTs. But it doesn't matter. It doesn't cost him too much. Steel is now left alone. He's gotten one, but he still has 3 to go. But the USB, that could certainly help out with stopping that bomb defuse, but the smoke is down. So that makes things very, very difficult.
I love how Copenhagen Flames played that. I mean, firstly, the nade stack is obviously really, really nice. It does rely on them planting default, which you can't guarantee always, but it's pretty likely they're going to plant there. So those nades on point to deny the bomb plant, buy a bit more time. And then, especially on the pistol round, if you put a smoke on the bomb and have the kit, it's really difficult to spam into that smoke. So because they were up at a 5v3 for the retake already, they just smoked the bomb. They already got the kills prior to that, so it made it much easier for them. But really cool ideas coming in from Copenhagen Flames, and clearly something that Movistar Riders weren't expecting here in the pistol round. So Copenhagen Flames off to a good start, and now they've got to deal with the Deagles of Movistar Riders in the second round.
Yeah, Farlig gonna already deal with one of those players. It's Mopos, who he removes from the server very early on. Not really going to be any aggression from the CTs apart from that initial peak trying to use those long-range angles with their weapons, but other than that, mostly staying back, not really pushing forward themselves. You see, of course, giving up connector control and such. But they're happy enough with that, especially since they, as I said, did get that initial pick over towards long. It lets them feel a little bit more comfortable with that passive play. Spawn one player crossing over long, a risky repeat. He's there on the Deagle, maybe given a small chance, but not able to connect the shot. Not really in return either. It is instead over towards short, where Refresh gets one more kill in favor of Copenhagen Flames, and Nodios, he's going to join in as well. So yeah, it's just being cleaned up. I always jinx it. There's one from Easter. Maybe more? I mean, he's expecting Refresh to be somewhere around that angle. Just not able to hit the shot.
Alex doesn't even have the bomb here, so it's all about kills at this point. Moving into the B-bomb site, Queenix is going to go down at the very least, but Huxey's MP9 is waiting behind to make sure the kill is secured. So Copenhagen Flames get the 2-0 lead, losing a couple of players in the process, but that's not too bad for them. They could afford to lose a couple of players in that round. They will now have mostly rifles on the CT side into this round, only the one MP9 being held by Huxey into this one, while Movistar Riders go for a full buy of their own. Full AKs, no more SGs in play, Dean, which we all love to see. The full AKs, the traditional guns back in the hands of Movistar Riders, and plenty of nades for them into this first gun round as well.
Yeah, very solid investment. Movistar Riders ideally want to get off to a better start here on Overpass than we've seen from them on Inferno. And I mean, on Inferno, they actually won the opening pistol and still ended up going down quite massively in the beginning. So winning out this first gun round here, quite crucial for them. Taking their time, nothing too quickly being played out. Instead, slowly moving forward for the mid control. They do also have a player in towards connector, being Lowell. Also leaving Mopos here to hold for any sort of monster or B-short aggression that may come in. Just ensuring that the extremities of the map are being held as they work for the map control. And yeah, they're going to find bathrooms relatively easily. There is Nodios around in long, towards the actual long side of bathrooms right now. But as that smoke begins to fade away, I don't know how aggressive he wants to stay. Has his teammate over on the corner, I suppose, with the AUG. So I think they will try and hold down this position. After that initial presence being shown, though, Movistar Riders have pretty much immediately all backed off towards the B side of the map, and Mopo has been able to actually find Huxey peeking out Monster. Now they're in trouble. Queenix is going to have so much pressure on his shoulders to hold this, and unfortunately not expecting more than one.
Yeah, that was an ambitious crossback. After spotting the first man and getting the first kill, he just tries to jump with his knife out, which was never going to end well for him. And Eastor's got another kill onto the bomb site. Alex cutting off the rotation. Good positioning from him. And it's Farlig who's left in the 1v3, currently with the AUG in hand. He's looking just to see if he can find a quick pick, but Movistar Riders are playing it super safe right now. Eastor's the only player that's even somewhat worried about dying here behind the smoke, and Farlig eventually finds that fight. Peek coming in from Lowell, and it's well timed, making sure to pick up the trade kill. Farlig was already thinking of backing away, so Movistar Riders get their first round win on the B side of the map, and Copenhagen Flames invested into all those rifles in that round, so the CT economy is not in good shape ahead of this one.
It is in tatters. That's what it is. Completely broken down at this point into a spot where some players are double eco, some aren't, so they're doing the buying what they can. You see a FAMAS for Nodios being kind of the highlight of the buy, but when a FAMAS is the highlight of your buy, you know you're having troubles. So yeah, 3 Deagles at 5-7 to support it. You can't count them out this round, but there's a really good chance here for Movistar Riders to get themselves into the lead early on and actually grind out a good few T rounds before really giving Copenhagen Flames a chance to get back onto a proper investment themselves. Oh, disconnect could be costly. Okay, the 5-7, I was a little bit worried. Lowell came around with his crosser pretty much perfectly lined up, but the 5-7 being a little bit quicker. And that has retrieved them an AK as well as a lot of control around this middle area of the map. Oh, Refresh. Sorry, it was Alex who tried to drop down. It was Refresh who was holding for it. I panicked so much I couldn't even get the names right. That was a horrible time to drop down the ladder. Refresh chooses to go up it as well. Now he's got the bomb and already 3 kills to his name.
And this is what Refresh can bring to this Copenhagen Flames roster. A bit of raw skill in there. The ability to make some solo plays. And Refresh is in a decent position here for the 4K. He keeps on going after getting the AK into his hands. And Eastor is in trouble. Hooksy closes out the round. But that was all about Refresh making the play through connector. They set him up for the initial kill. And then he just keeps on going. Fight after fight. 1v1 after 1v1. Won by Refresh. And Copenhagen Flames get themselves back on track in that 4th round.
Yeah, real quick, no momentum at all being allowed to be shifted over towards the side of Movistar Riders. They buy back in to just really a few pistols here in this round to give themselves at least a chance to try and take a few weapons out of the hands of Copenhagen Flames. But what was looking to likely be a lead for Movistar Riders if they were to win up against that force buy instead is them conceding a pretty decent lead over to the Danish buys early on in this one. Trying to close in the distance as quick as they can. They have 3 Deagles, a Tech 9 and a P250. They're trying to get those 2 kind of weaker pistols up as close as they possibly could. Unfortunately, just taking a bit of damage for their efforts. Getting the control around bathrooms, but one smoke, I mean, I don't know how much they're really going to be able to do with this. The goal being a bomb plant and a couple kills, most likely. But actually, getting onto that bomb site is not going to be an easy task. Although utility-wise, I don't think they have a lot up here. Yeah, just the flash of the smoke, and even then, the smoke's over on long. And it's only going to be the 1 kill from Eastor before he goes down, so Farlig's in trouble. He needs to back away and actually give up the bomb plant, most likely. Oh, I jinxed it. Nodios had already came in.
Nodios, the man in position, commits to the bomb site, but Lol's got the trade. Farlig continues to just play it safe on his low health, and oh, Mopos almost had the chance for a kill there with Farlig being so low on health, but the bomb plant is yet to come in. Copenhagen Flames have arrived in full force here, full numbers, waiting outside the A site, and this nade is about to fly into the site. 30 damage, or 30 health, I should say, left on Mopos because he didn't have the Kevlar. Now it's really up to Lowell to make this happen. Mopos has got 1 kill. Lowell unable to chime in, but it's Mopos doing work with the Tech 9. Turned into the 1v1 against Queenix, who was just waiting patiently. He spots Mopos, but Mopos tries to go for the fight, and Queenix is ready for it. Good patience from Queenix there, just to sit and wait for Mopos to peek, and Mopos obliged. He peeked into the open, and Copenhagen Flames just about take that round over the line.
A lot closer than they would have hoped for, and as I said, a bomb plant being the main goal there for the T side, so the fact that they get that alongside 4 kills is a pretty good recovery from losing up against the force by a couple of rounds back, but obviously to actually make that one count now, they do need to go ahead and capitalize with it and take themselves this gun round so that they can actually get back into winning ways and ensure that the damage they were able to achieve actually costs Copenhagen Flames something, because losing this one would definitely put them down to that force buy once again. But for this one, at least, they do have pretty much all the weaponry they could ask for, but nades-wise, it's severely lacking. It is the stronger investment overall for the T side at this point. And I think because of that, Copenhagen Flames have decided to play a little bit more aggressive. They have a player pushed out towards the fountain early on. not really been able to find contact. He does just retreat back, but at the very least, having shown so much presence around mid is going to ensure that if the T's want to move back in this direction, they're going to have to be very cautious and potentially use quite a bit of their own utilities to regain that control. So it's a good play early on.
Yeah, and the other potential outcome is Movistar Riders might just want to move into this B side of the map because they could feel pressured that they've lost mid, and there's a bit of a rotation coming down. Copenhagen Flames have got a 4-man B stack. This could be absolutely brutal. Nodius has already got 2 kills on the hold. Hooksy waiting behind the pillar. Kills coming back, but Hooksy eventually comes into play, and Queenix, the 4th man on the site, is the closer. I don't think Movistar Riders were quite expecting to run into 4 CTs, waiting patiently on B. And overall, Copenhagen Flames are again showing up to start this Overpass map. They were great at the start of Inferno. They're great at the start of Overpass as well.
Yeah, we did, of course, see them falling off a little bit as Inferno went on. It was, in the end, only a 16-14 close that they were able to find, despite having, I think it was 15-7 on the scoreboard at one point. So it got a lot closer than it should have been. But they've bounced right back here on Overpass. They haven't let that get in their minds, as you said, off to a very strong start for themselves, with this being a map that, in the beginning, we were quite heavily favouring Movistar Riders to pick up. But it's not over yet. It's 5-1. Relatively early on, there's still the ability for the T's to start grinding out some rounds. If they can bring it up to 5 or 6, that's an okay spot to be in. And for the moment, they are just having a little bit of a chat about what exactly they want to do. Problem is, most of their focus likely on the upcoming round and not the current one, because they don't really have too much to work with here. Lel's gone for a Galil, but with the full loss bonus, he'll still have plenty to buy in the next round. So just gives them a chance here to try and again keep the pressure on, keep doing damage.
Yeah, and to their credit, they've done pretty well at keeping damage on the CT economy. Copenhagen Flames really don't have too much money built up, so that's something that Movistar Riders could maybe work with. There's basically no room for error right now for the CTs. If they lose one round, they're instantly broken. So it's not like Movistar Riders are maybe as far behind as it initially seems, and Mopos up close gets a nice kill with the Tech 9. Now Queenix has got to lock down this bomb site, playing around the pillar. The spray is awkward. He only gets 1 kill for his troubles, and Movistar Riders now should be able to get onto this B bomb site.
Yeah, taking their time. The issue is Refresh obviously on short, being a bit of a nuisance, slowing them down from being able to get that plant in as of yet. They do need to make sure it's covered off before they go for it. And yeah, eventually we'll go down. The nade again, though, going to be put in place. Another one follows up, not quite in time to deny the bomb plan. But these nades from Copenhagen Flames are just ensuring the advantages in very important rounds. Lowell and Alex left to try and clutch this one out. The Deagle, if he can force the fight up against this player that's in the corner, if he can take this kill, get himself an M4 and actually have control of this position to play time on the bomb, that would be gigantic. But it's not looking like he wants to go forward. Instead, now likely to be caught off guard from behind as Refresh eventually moves forward. And with Farley finding one elsewhere, there it is. That round is ended. Plenty of time for the defuse as they have the kits. But again, a few kills coming in at bomb plant. There is constant success being found in these rounds for Movistar Riders. Now they just need to do it with the rifles, because then they'll have a much easier time on the after plant.
Yeah, so patient there, Copenhagen Flames, as well, on that retake. They took a lot of time just not taking fights because they were comfortable that once they actually came in from their positions that they'd have the advantageous fights, and they did. They won the fights very quickly, sweeped them under the rug on the retake, and yeah, those nades, if they were just a little bit sooner, would have even denied the bomb plant again. So some really cool stuff coming out from Copenhagen Flames here. Their utility usage has always been very good, but it's excellent to see some of these lineups that they've got in play. And Refresh is also having a great game. 12 kills, 2 deaths for him early doors here on Overpass, but he's against a gun round this time. Movistar Riders finally back with a full buy, and as you were saying, Dean, it's not like Copenhagen Flames have been able to save up much money even after that round win. So it definitely feels like Movistar Riders, if they just get that 1 round win, can get themselves into contention and start to build some rounds on this T side.
Yeah, I said it just in that previous round that it's not out of control for them yet. There's still room for them to make this a decent T-side showing. And for the moment, looking to just favor on towards B. They have a group of 4 players outside of Monster, just having 1 player showing a bit of presence around mid. I believe that is Steel. Yeah, it is indeed. Just up close on the bathrooms and trying to some nades even. Not going to be connecting any substantial damage, but there is 3 players up on this A side of the map. So at the very least, kind of giving the CTs reasons to stay in their current positions and slowing the rotations down. As you even see that peek towards Monster, it now gives the info over, but it also ensures that a small bit of damage is done towards Queenix before this push actually comes through. And now Farlig around the pillar with the AWP. It's such a tough spot to get more than one from, especially when they're splitting it on short and your teammates are only holding in that pit. It's not great to be able to help him out. You see, eventually Nadios returns one and Queenix is still here. They should be aware of this because he is one of the B players. Manages the first kill, lines them up on the bomb site. Doesn't quite get the kill on Easter, but he made it close. And Refresh now coming in from short. He should have the element of surprise. Easter, though, beginning to back away. Might want to go towards short himself. So Refresh may not expect to be pretty much trading positions at this point.
Yeah, this is a really rough read from Refresh. How is he going to predict Eastor coming in from short? Surely he's going to be caught by this. The smoke is in play, though. Eastor with the AWP might have trouble here. Refresh is just on the bomb. Eastor has to land this shot. He does, but he's not going to get the kill in time. Refresh gets away with the defuse. A leg shot lands from Eastor. And just when it looks like Movistar Riders are going to get their first round on the board, the shot connects with the AWP, but not enough damage done. That kind of sums up Movistar Riders' half, to be honest. They've come close, but they just haven't been able to get these round wins that they've needed.
Oh, Lord. That was just heartbreaking right there for them. A nice attempt by Easter, but yeah, the leg shot just wasn't enough. He got the Glock out, but he didn't even really have time to start firing off shots before the defuse was already done. As you said, that smoke being such an issue. This time they're bringing up the base straight out Monster. Through the Molotov, they actually get blinded up. It does delay slightly. Queenix has an awkward spray, but it is good for one, alongside a dink. And giving a little bit of assistance to the FAMAS that's around the bomb site as Luxie gets one. Nadios is actually able to finish off that low health player, and he decides to double down. It's only Easter that remains. Backing away at this point over towards Monster, maybe expecting even a flank to come in, but he is screwed. I don't even think he'd be allowed to save this weapon. If he wanted to, he'd have to run away right now, and at that point it would still be pretty difficult for him to escape. Pushing back in, he is going to have the op posted up as soon as he finds contact. Nadios will swing from the pillar, and yeah, there you go.
Movistar Riders were hoping that the fast B was the answer to get that first, or that round on the board to finally break the CT bank, but not the case here. Copenhagen Flames were pretty ready for it. Again, Refresh still up there at 12 kills, but the rest of the team is starting to join him. Queenix at 9, Nodius at 9. And so far in this tournament for this team, the biggest overperformer compared to his normal stats has been Refresh. He's kind of stepped up to become that second star that this team were always looking for, alongside Farlig Zorp. And then the rest of the players are all very capable as well. They all fill their roles pretty well. I think sometimes the only issue Copenhagen Flames can have is that they maybe don't allow some of their individuals to make the solo plays, but right now that's not a problem because the team play is working so well for them. And Hooksy holding Monster puts down a second smoke to make sure there are no fights just yet.
Oh, Refresh has been... Oh, he's screwed. No, somehow gets one, okay. Has the op on the corner to help as well, but wasn't able to actually take one down. The flash came in and forced both of the AWPs back off the angle for the moment, and another one coming over is perfect. Farlig couldn't see anything. Easter peeks back in, snatches the advantage in favor of Movistar Riders, and has forced Nadios as the sole A defender to take a bit of a gamble here, pushing up towards the bathrooms. And even with that, his teammates have begun to rotate back up through the CT spawn now, so they're going to stack up the A-bomb site. The issue is one player's walked out Monster. He's about to realize B is clear. Mopos has all the info.
And you've got to think that Movistar Riders will be going back to B here. Maybe using some nades at A to keep Copenhagen Flames in place. But Mopos has got that site basically all to himself. They kept one smoke in their back pocket on the T side here. Eastor might just smoke Heaven to make sure they've got complete access to B. But Movistar Riders surely have outmaneuvered their opponents. Queenix is just now rotating down to the B bomb site, and a flash lands in his face at Heaven, so they can't deny the bomb plant. The Molotov does some damage, and Alex almost got caught there. Here comes the nade to the site, but the players have already moved away from that. And at this point, Copenhagen Flames' money isn't great here, so the save call has got to be the most likely decision, and it looks like they've already called this round off.
Yeah, finally that second round being found, but there is still decent enough money here, especially with the 3 weapons being saved for another buy to come back in from the Danes. So there is also that ability again for Copenhagen Flames to do what they done after the first gun round, which is instantly bounce back and not let any momentum be found.
One of the Movistar players died to the bomb, I believe. Bit awkward.
Oh, okay. I wasn't quite sure. With the on the default HUD when there's that like overview, I don't have the things on the side like the custom HUD
Yeah.
does, so I have no idea what's going on. Sometimes we get that view from the observer when like for example on Inferno they're coming up banana, so that you can see the nades and stuff hitting, but then I don't know how much damage to do.
You're just sitting there. And in CSGO, there's no way of telling how much damage a nade is going to do.
It could be 2, it could be 99, who knows.
It's basically just bingo, honestly. Just any random number. Ooh, damage from Refresh. He almost gets the kill, but Nodius is the man who set up for it. The spam through the wood is successful. It's Copenhagen Flames with an early advantage in this round, and they're going for the boost. They want to make the most of this. Nodius is now going to go up over the top. He's blinded for the time being, so he backs away. That flashbang means that he can't get anything going, but Mopoz is having a little look at this B-bomb site.
Yeah, tapping away. Sure, the edge of the site right there doing quite a bit of damage onto Hooksy, but at this point already Copenhagen Flames, they've set themselves up with quite a few players around B to hold this. Smokes the lane a bit. Mopoz actually goes forward, not even with a flash I don't believe, just peeks in and finds 2. Will be traded back at least by Hooksy, but has given his team a much better 3-on-3 at this point. Molotov again going to be a bit too late, and not really on the bomb site itself either.
Eastor's AWP holding from short. Copenhagen Flames have a few nades left. In fact, a couple of smokes. So Eastor might get smoked off here. There it is. Now the AWP is going to make a decision as to whether he wants to push through this. And he decides to do so, but he can't land a shot. It's Lowell with 2 kills in the meantime. And Farlig, 1v2, surely doesn't have the time. He's dropped down from heaven, but he's realized, actually, maybe I'm better off getting the hell out of there because this round is not going to be winnable. Farlig is going to save the AWP. And Movistar Riders finally getting some rounds on the board on this T side. We were saying that they were coming close. We were saying that the scoreline was maybe a bit harsh on them. Now they're getting round wins on the board, and they're causing those issues to the Copenhagen Flames economy that we knew was a possibility coming through.
Yeah, they've ran it down. They have finally been able to do it. Farlig is going to be the only man with the weapon that was saved over. Other than that, just a few pistols, maybe. Yeah, some deagles being pulled out so far, and I mean a decent amount of nades, considering how weak the buy is overall. You definitely can't count it out completely, but 2,400 next round, the buy won't be fantastic either for the CTs, so it's a good few opportunities definitely being found by Movistar Riders off the back of being able to put the economy into such a poor position. They could, in theory, bring it back up to even 5 rounds off the back of just winning this next gun round, so let's see how it goes. Nate's again going to be coming in. Mopoz and Alex actually being tagged up a little bit there over towards Monster as they were pushing forward. Another one goes in. At that point, though, they had already retreated back out, realizing that it is likely a bit of a stack. They know at least 3 players are around this area now.
Molotov for barrels clears out one of the positions. Flashbang is pretty good. Eastor takes a bit of damage. There is a man on the right-hand side, but Mopoz is very aware of that, it seems. He's looking this way, and he lands a nice headshot. Over on the A side of the map, Steel is currently pushing out onto the A bomb site. There he is, looking for information. Oh no, Farlig, you've got your knife out. That's the AWP out of his hands, and that is Copenhagen Flames. Unlikely to be getting too much going in this round, unless Queenix almost gets 2 kills with the USP. Nodius gets one of his own. AK recovered for a split second before Lowell picks up the tray, but Refresh digs down 2, and it's into the 1 versus 1 with Steel up on the A side of the map. There's 30 seconds left for him to come get this bomb, and Refresh is playing this aggressive. He wants to take the fight, and he will. Refresh with a 1v3, and Movistar Riders will be kicking themselves that they lost that round.
How are they doing this to themselves? It's actually Copenhagen Flames who call in the pause. They probably need to calm down after that one. Refresh is 16-4. Could he maybe be predicting the final scoreline? Who knows? If it continues on like this, potentially. Movistar Riders, I said they'd given themselves such a massive opportunity off the back of taking those 2 rounds in a row. That should have been their round. The next gun round wasn't going to be fantastic for Copenhagen Flames either. They could have been in with a chance of bringing it back up to 6, but instead now they're going to be just about salvaging together the buy in this round. It won't be terrible. You see, Steel is really the only one limited, unless there's a weapon on the ground for him, but I don't believe so. Yeah, no, I don't think so. So there is going to be a small limitation, but if they lose this one, then they are screwed. They will be going down at least 11 and potentially even 12-3 half at that point still available for Copenhagen Flames.
Yeah,
Although there is some money, a bomb plan could help.
Yeah, definitely.
Awesome.
It's that previous round though, especially after you kill that AWP, you think to yourself, okay, we've got the most important weapon out of their hands, we're good. And then they tried to rotate back up to A, but the aggression from Copenhagen Flames was almost, I think, just a big risk taken at that point. They realized we've lost the A site, we've just got to take a gamble, and man oh man did the gamble pay off for them. They win the round, and now if Copenhagen Flames win this one as well, this could be a very dominant CT half for them. A bit of early damage done to steal almost the lineup through the monster smoke. Mompos is going to deal damage of his own. Hooksy down to 17 health, so a bit of early damage going both ways on the spams.
Yeah, I mean, considering it was only the Deagle player from Movistar Riders that got tagged down, they're kind of like, okay, well, we're willing for that damage return. Although the issue is they probably don't know about it, obviously, because it was just the spam through the smoke. Maybe they heard the Hooksy getting tagged on the other side. That's definitely a possibility, but they might not be 100% sure. Right now, Movistar Riders just grouping up around mid after showing that initial presence towards Monster, which is definitely a position they've been favoring. Just everyone grouping back up, looking to take this on towards A. And I believe already 2 players in position, with a third one about to be up here very, very soon. Refresh around that bomb site is actually burning in the Molotov. Taking down to half health. Had a little bit of a gap in the smoke, though, in the end to work with. Delayed that bomb plant slightly. Mopo should be able to now find it. The Molotov may take him down. It was Refresh instead. And the bomb actually does get planted.
Very awkward fights there on the A-bomb site, but after all is said and done, it is the 3v3 with the bomb down. Alex is playing up on top of this box, and it's a good headshot. 4 bullets left in the clip, and he gets the second kill. Alex is on for the ace in this round. Farlig's AWP is trapped here, and Alex could get it, but it's the Deagle out from Farlig that picks up the frag. No time, though, surely, to win the round. He's got the kit, but he's not got much time left, and he's not got the information as to Lowell's position. So, nearly the ace from Alex, but he was definitely the heavy hitter in that round for Movistar Riders. And surely this time round, with this lack of money for Copenhagen Flames, Movistar Riders should hopefully be good to take this subsequent round win. Unless Refresh buys a deal.
I hope so. You have to hope so for their own sake. I mean, this
okay,
is
this has to be.
There's 3 players on a double eco. Yeah, they have to win this one. There was 3 players on a double eco, so I thought maybe they might have thought about buying, but going to pull together what they can in the next round and fight to try and just bring it up to 10, which I think is reasonable. If they can close it out with double digits on the half, they'll still be feeling really good. They have a flasher. They have 1 Deagle for Farlig, as you said. So who knows?
They've pushed Connector. That's a bit of information for them. They're not going to push all the way through. And Lowell looks like he might have heard some steps there. He's having a little look back. Well, they've cleared out B as well. So the information's pretty good here from Copenhagen Flames. And they are now going to rotate up and stack this A site. So maybe some sort of chance for them to do something.
There's still a lot of
don't have
time
to commit though, yeah.
Yeah. They can still fall back. They have 1 player holding around the spawn to see if a flank eventually comes in. Lowell is expecting it because they heard that connector aggression. But for the moment, as you said, they've reacted to the information they've gotten stacked up towards A. And they still want to go forward, I believe. The bomb is over towards long, so looking to commit through. 2 players up close are going to be in trouble, though, as the flash blinds them both. It is easy for Alex. He finds himself 2. A little bit of help then from Steel and Easter, and also Mopos, actually. So the kills were mostly spread around. Lowell got left out because he was holding the flank. But 5 on the board. An overall good recovery, but they could have had a good bit more. There's been a couple of rounds for Movistar Riders that should have been going their way. But if they pull it back to 6, I don't think they'll be too upset. The issue is then 9-6 is still a scoreline where if the team that's on 9 picks up the pistol, at that point they're getting themselves a really solid lead to kick off the second half.
Yeah, I definitely think Copenhagen Flames are going to be happy with this half, whether it's 9 or 10 at the half for them. We're about to see which one it will be, though. Heading into the last round of the half, Farlig has found the entry frag over at mid. We haven't seen too much aggression at mid in terms of that AWP from Farlig, but this time round he picks up the opening for his team. And over on the B side of the map, Mopos is looking to see if there are any fights available to him. He's got Lowell backing him up, but that's not a fight he was looking for. The MP9's up close, keep on going. Queenix gets his second of the round, and Movistar Riders are not in the best of shapes right now.
Ooh. Yeah, Refresh even finds the bomb there in towards the connector areas. It was attempted to be recovered as well by Steel, and that doesn't work out too well for him at all. So they do end up actually managing to snatch themselves the 10th round in the end. Easter just put a full stop at the end of that round. I don't think he was too happy about how that one went, but Yeah, I mean, they're going to have to try and fight back into this. Already down by one map, heading onto their CT side, down by 5 rounds. There's a lot working against Movistar Riders right now, but they have a couple of minutes at least to compose themselves, because we are going to go ahead and send it to a quick halftime break.
Right from the start, I see the end. A world torn apart, but I know we're meant forever hold. No matter if we're cast away, a fire in the dark. I know that you love me when I will awaken. I can't pretend to like you. I hope you feel the same. I take a chance and not lose. I can't pretend to like you. It's just I never thought you were sitting next to me. I don't understand. It's just I never seen you smile. You wanna make out, give me a second. It's just you never talk, I never listen. When do we fall in love? Make up your mind, honey, 'cause I can't pretend to like you. I hope you feel the same. I take a chance and not lose. I can't pretend to like you. I can't pretend to like you. I hope you feel the same. I take a chance.
Copenhagen Flames already up to double digits from their first half, just needing 6 more to close out this series 2-0. Let's see if they can get one of those rounds here in the pistol. One set of nades for the Copenhagen Flames, and a couple of nades also for Movistar Riders, as well as the kit in the hands of Steel as we go into this second half.
I do still have hopes there for Movistar Riders. It's their map choice. On the CT side, I'd imagine they'll feel a bit more comfortable, but we mentioned how important the pistol round is going to be with it having been a 10-5 scoreline at the halftime. Movistar Riders do need this one. Moving towards now the A-bomb site is the plan for Copenhagen Flames. It's Steel here behind the bomb. The bomb box is actually trying to tap away and eventually finding Queenix once they do close in the distance. Okay, another one to be found. Shifts his attention back towards Long. On towards Farlig, who actually was able to get himself, I was going to say the double, it was Refresh who helped him out initially, but they've actually gone ahead and traded this down to the 2v2, but look at that quick flank. I don't think they'll expect Mofos to be coming in through Batrum so quickly, and it may not even be needed. Alex takes out Refresh, low health on Farlig as his position's known, and Alex closes that one out with a triple kill for himself. 6 for Movistar, a very close one, and if Steel wasn't able to find those 2 quick openings as well, they would have been in so much trouble, because he delayed quite a bit of time as well.
Yeah, Alex has been stepping up throughout this series for Movistar Riders, so I think he's been the standout performer for them so far today. 13 kills, currently top fragging on Overpass as well, and that pistol round win is a great start to their CT side. Exactly what they were looking for as they force Copenhagen Flames to a full eco, full Glocks into this round, and oh god, look at the early damage. That was a Molotov into mid, which has softened up all the players. So as if these kills weren't going to be easy enough, they've been made even easier by the early damage. And here comes Steel. He wants to frag, and he's going to get a fair few kills before he's traded. Eastor pushing in is also going to go down. Some nice shots from Refresh, but that's all she wrote. Just a couple of kills there for the T side.
Not too bad. They can be happy enough. They're coming onto the bye now. They kind of got the kills you want to be finding. Movistar Riders themselves surviving with really the bare minimum that you want to be coming out of that second round with, especially when you're going into round 3 up against the actual bye, because this obviously still gives a good chance for Copenhagen Flames if they were to take this round to actually severely limit what weapons Movistar Riders could pull out in the following if they were to buy back, which they likely would with a couple on double eco. So they do need to pick this up, and yeah, 2 FAMASs and MP9 kept in play. We are seeing that M4, at least the Steel, going aggressive towards Connector to see if there's any openings perhaps available. Even has the door, I believe, naded off so that you can get a bit of help from short if needed. But for the moment, it's a very slow default from Copenhagen Flames, perhaps expecting some aggression to come through because of those weaker weapons. I'm not really finding it where it does. That Connector peak did actually come in a little bit more there towards the last few seconds, and eventually allowing for him to actually back away without being spotted. It was very passive by Queenix. He's just been holding in this corner the entire time. He may have heard the steps, though.
3-man rotation up to A right now for Movistar Riders. But Copenhagen Flames are just taking their sweet, sweet time right now, and they could very well be setting up the B-sided play. Refresh is currently lurking over on the A side of things, while the rest of the squad are grouped up in and around this B bomb site. But the nades aren't fully there for Copenhagen Flames. Normally they're a team that like to have a couple of smokes and a nice execute onto the site, but here there's only the single smoke available for them. So I'm interested to see how Copenhagen Flames play this as they push the site. Shut up, Dean.
What was that? Copenhagen?
Copenhagen. New team.
That sounded brilliant. Refresh has gotten himself a kill while we were laughing. He's laughing at Movistar Riders right. Oh, Naughty. Oh, he didn't get that. I thought he did while jumping. I would have been a little bit angry for Mopos, but that wasn't the case. Still though, Movistar Riders, they're struggling to hold the bomb site. Queenix runs in and gets himself a headshot, and Steel, there's nothing he can do about stealing this round away. Instead, he needs to run away and try and just save his own M4. And Refresh is waiting on A. He's done. Yeah, just as he turns around as well. He had no chance of defending himself. 11-7.
Ooh, and the money is not as good as Movistar Riders would want it to be. I'm trying to think if there's a funny one I can do in Movistar Riders as well. I don't think there's going to be anything as good as Copenhagen, though.
The way you said it just sounded so amazing.
I know.
We both mess up all the time, but that's the first one that's made me just laugh.
Sometimes it's just a mess up actually ends up being a good thing, and I'm going to pretend that that's what that situation was.
Yeah.
Well, they've gone for the buy, have Movistar Riders. They've only got one M4. They've not got many nades. It's not looking too good for them. They've got a couple of players stacked here in the bathrooms. Steel and Eastor are currently holding this shadow angle, which might give them the advantage in this fight that they're looking for, because Farlig is moving into these bathrooms.
Was trying to. He unfortunately stepped into Easter, who was waiting with one of those FAMASs. That's a really good find actually now for them to work with. Sadly, the weapon's not going to be upgraded for anyone anytime soon, but a nice man advantage at least. They have a decent setup. They actually, with 3 players down on B, the A bomb site itself has only really been held by this player from over along with the FAMAS, so that's a little bit awkward. Peeking in does spot some players, so at this point he should be able to call for a rotation to start moving in. Oh, but trying to cross back over. Gets a Molotov dropped at his feet, gets spammed through the smoke, and suddenly it's a 4-on-3. That advantage being flipped right back in favor of Copenhagen.
Should we just call them that for the rest of the series, and people who randomly start watching are just going to be confused? Like, why do they keep saying Copenhagen? Yeah, this is looking good now for the T's after getting onto the A-bomb site. They've got this round win. Ever since we started calling them Copenhagen, they've been doing very well for themselves. And at this point, Movistar Riders just have to save. Even though they got a nice start to this round, Refresh was just very, very ready for the rotation back through the A long position. So he was just waiting for that the entire time. And then Steel, who was also in the bathrooms, tried to make a play. And Copenhagen Flames were just very, very patient, just waiting for the CTs to make their moves. And as soon as they get those kills, they're in a really good position to close out the round, which they do. 12-7 lead, and the CTs at least save some guns, but there's not going to be much else for them ahead of this round.
Yeah, I mean, despite the good start, unfortunately, Movistar Riders weren't able to capitalize on it. A little bit being saved over once again, but this time, no investment going to be allowed behind it. Instead, we see just USPs. So I'd imagine maybe they might try something a little bit more aggressive. 2 players immediately charging over towards mid, bringing their USP and the FAMAS in towards connector. I was going to say bring in their weaker weapons. I thought it was just the pistols initially going forward, but you're going to have the FAMAS maybe try and baiting out the USPs a little bit in that area. Hope you can get some of these AKs up close and personal, win out the duels, maybe even be able to upgrade at that point. But most likely we are looking at Copenhagen Flames being able to go up 13-7. Oh, and Mopos, I don't know what happened exactly. He must have got naded down on the other side of the map or something, because he's not looking too healthy with that M4 anymore.
Not the best start to the round for the CTs, taking damage on their main man, Mopos, with the M4 in hand. Steel will be rotating down to B alongside Eastor. This stack is the right call from the CTs, but I don't know how likely it is to be effective for the round win. Huxley's moving in. He can't get the kills he was looking for, but Nodius is looking for the cleanup, which he will find. Mopos has been doing some damage from the sidelines, and the kills from Alex come into play. The USP making the difference, as Queenix has now got 2 players against him. He's at least got Alex out of the equation. Bomb planted safe on this side of the pillar, but the push from Lowell is too quick. Movistar Riders take a much-needed round win, and Alex there stepped up with the USP, getting 2 kills with the default pistol to make the difference in this round.
What are they asking? They're asking Lowell for his HP. Steel comes back with 100, which was the truth. And Huxley is like, WTF? Oh, okay. He asked the wrong person. It was actually Mopos who was the man he attacked down. He was very confused. It's like, how did I not do damage there? But yeah, Movistar Riders coming out on top of a round they had no right in winning. I mean, it was such a strong start into it for Copenhagen Flames as well, as actually having themselves, of course, overall much stronger weaponry. They end up falling short. It falls for them, and that's given a real opening back into this one for Movistar Riders, especially if they pick up this round here, because then we are seeing an eco coming in, and at that point, double digits to be found for the Spaniards. So this is their opportunity. If they can go ahead and chain a couple of rounds together off the back of it, then we could still be in with the likelihood of seeing a map number 3. If not, if this gets returned again, then the economy of Movistar Riders is as destroyed as it possibly could be. But there we go, big opening from Mopush to the smoke.
Yeah, Huxley's not been having the best time here on Overpass. Only 6 kills for him, and that's going to continue in this round, as he's already out of the round, as is Nodius. Lowell lands a good shot with the AK. Always nice to have the AK on the CT side for those instant headshots when you're holding the angles. And at this point, the Danes are going to have to do something special to win this round from the 3 versus 5. They've still got some nades. They've still got Farlig's AWP, which is actively searching for a pick, actively searching for a way back into this round over on the A side of things. And right now, he's not been given the option. Movistar are just playing super safe, as they should be, with the 5v3 advantage. And Farlig is the man who ends up taking a bit of damage. He might look for a fight. The nade forces him into the open, and Farlig lands a good shot. This could cause a rotation up to A and could allow these B players to actually have a chance here.
Oh, it was beginning to pull Lowell away, but he's begun to move back in. Oh no, Mopos! How does he get that kill? How? Just how? He manages to put himself back down on the flat ground, somehow turn around, and I don't know. I don't know who exactly that was in Monster, but that was a kill that should have been found. That was the opening they needed in. At that point, Lowell would have been back towards the CT spawn. He would have had a tough time actually moving back into the bomb site. Whoa. 9 from Movistar. They managed to go ahead and get themselves 2 in a row once again. That's what we've seen before. The previous time, rather, when they were able to get to 2 rounds in a row, but that time previously, afterwards, rather, fallen in the open and gun round. So we are looking to see if they can chain a little bit more together now. Being on that CT side, they likely will be finding 10 here. but we've already seen what the Pistols are capable of, so I never count them out, especially for Copenhagen Flames. I've seen them do some crazy things with them. Mopo's getting aggressive on short has at least found them some good control. Certainly helps once the Pistols push out through Monster, which is the goal.
So it's Tech 9s again as well, which we're mainly seeing come through. So if they get up close, if they can quickly run and gun their way onto the site, there's a chance. Flash is good. Mopos has his back turned. Lowell needs to spray away here. Quick double kill for Lowell, but Farlig's found the trade. Oh, nearly got the chance for another. That could have been the difference in the round, but it's Hooksy in a 1v3, and the aim punch ends up costing him. Nice try from Copenhagen Flames. Definitely felt like there were chances for them there to get something going in that round, but Movistar Riders hold on to the B bomb site and keep this game close. Just 2 rounds in it now as Copenhagen Flames go back to the bye. Refresh is 28 for 11, by the way. He's kept on going. He's kept on getting kills.
He hasn't slowed down. That's a good sign for Copenhagen Flames once they do get back onto the rifle series. You see they have. Can he step it up? Can his teammates start helping him out a little bit? Because these rounds have been shaky, and Movistar Riders, they're certainly working their way back into this one, and it seems like they're definitely more contributing on a kind of an equal basis. But for the moment, the slow play from the T is, I didn't realize this aggression is a possibility. Unfortunately, Steel, not being blinded by that flash that came over, even taking a more aggressive stance now, and finds himself the second, nearly lining up another, doing a small bit of damage onto Refresh, and making that more than worthwhile for that early exchange. Words, please. 4 on 3. Movistar Riders again finding themselves a nice little advantage, leaving Copenhagen Flames trying to fight back into the round. Oh, that was a big find by Nautilus. I thought he was going to screw, but they won't expect this. Mopo's pushed out through Monster. They're just kind of relentless right now with this aggression.
Whew. Wallbang headshot. Mopos is out of ammo. He's somehow alive, though. The pistol comes out from Mopos, and he cleans up all the players that were attempting to move into the B side of the map. They probably should have got that trade sooner, but Mopos isn't going to care because he's just locked down the round. And now there's only 1 round in it. Movistar Riders again come on strong into the second half, similar to Inferno. But this time round, they've got more of a chance of actually coming into the lead. They weren't so far behind that the game was almost over already. So this is looking much, much better for Movistar Riders. As again, Copenhagen Flames have to go back to the pistols and perhaps the same play as they're moving over to the B side of the map.
On paper, we should see Movistar Riders tying that score up, as you said, but who knows? Again, anything can happen. Every time I count them out, they win. Every time I say they're gonna win, they don't win. So I'm just gonna watch on as a spectator, as everyone else is for this round, and just see what sort of crazy stuff happens. Getting this flash ready to go straight to the monster. Mopos is up close. Okay, finds one before getting blinded. Did commit to the spray, which was probably his only option at that point. Goes down to the Tech 9. Lowell in behind the pillar, only going to be able to find one. As Alex towards the spawn also falls. It's a 3 on 2. They've got the advantage. They have the ability to retrieve weapons. And with the bomb planted, they have the time right now working in their favor.
Refresh could have pushed to try and get the rifle, but he's decided to play safe. They want to make Movistar Riders work, and Nautilus lands another shot with the Tech 9. It's only the AWP of Eastor left, and I think he's calling this one off. He's realized he can't win this round. Shot missed even as he backs away. Copenhagen Flames get it done with the pistols. Refresh is now 30 and 12. He got another kill in that round, rushing the B site with the Tech 9. And you saw Refresh didn't even stop to shoot there with the Tech 9. You can just run and gun with that weapon. And oh, he even gets the kill at the end. Refresh not allowing the AWP to be saved. In fact, he's the one that's going to carry the AWP over. Big round win for Copenhagen Flames. And Movistar Riders should still have enough money to salvage a buy. Eastor's dropped one of his teammates, but there could be 1 or 2 issues for them. We'll wait and see how they figure out their money situation here.
Okay, well, they are buying. I wouldn't have minded 1 eco, but FAMAS for Mopos, I guess, is the only weakness because Lowell and Alex can buy for themselves, so it's going to be okay. I wouldn't have minded if they had just dropped the weaker weapon over to Mopos. Is that what happened? I don't think so, because he still has 2250 left, so maybe they could have even given him an SMG or something so he could get extra nades out into the actual purchase for himself, or even dropped them a FAMAS even, if that was the weapon he wanted. It doesn't make too much sense to keep that money, but I guess it's to secure an up in these later rounds if things do go a little bit awry here in this one potentially. But this is a round they need. If they do lose this one, Okay, he's gone for his own utility, so now it makes a little more sense. If they do end up losing this one, though, at that point, we likely see map and series point for Copenhagen Flames. So this is where Movistar Riders need to bounce back immediately. Losing to those pistols could cost them, and I mean, we've seen it on the first half as well. It has cost them quite a few rounds in this game so far.
Yeah, that could definitely be a round they look back on at the end of this game, depending on how it ends up going, which way it ends up finishing. Definitely feels like a pivotal moment in this matchup. Copenhagen Flames, though, still have more work to do in this round up against the full bite. Farligzorp currently playing over on A long. The CT hold is pretty passive across the board, but they do have 3 players committed to this A site right now, which isn't too common this early into a round. Movistar Riders, though, currently focused on this A-sided defense, and it might work out for them because Refresh is looking to see if there's a fight for him. Still nothing, though. Still the slow play coming in from the T side. 53 seconds left on the clock, and we've still not seen a single point of damage in this round. A nice friendly round.
For now, the truce won't last very long, and yeah, I immediately have gone ahead and started the war between the two of them. Steel up close was the one to claim the life of Refresh. Easter does get one with the op as well before Steel does fall, and immediately the smoke goes into place to try and stop anyone else from following up quickly. Ideally, he doesn't want to get rushed down blinded. Has the help from Alex at least, but he's only going to be able to find one as well. So again, trade back successfully. Lowell, though, in position has made his way up. Farlig, he's going to pull out the Tech 9, try and run in and see if he can deal with Lowell before the rotation is allowed, and sadly won't be able to. Not going to be able to hit those shots accurately enough. Lowell with the teabag and the knife. Why not? 13 to 12. One in the difference, and I was going to say that shouldn't last too long, but there actually is money for Copenhagen Flames to buy, so that's why they're taking the pause.
Yeah, they've got more than enough money to get basically a full buy here. It should be fine for them. But they are still taking the time out ahead of this round, just to make sure they're all on the same page. Farlig's been a bit quieter this game, but he obviously had a great game on Inferno, so I guess it was Refresh's turn to step it up this time round. Farlig dropped the 30 on the first map, Refresh has dropped the 30 here on Overpass, but it's not necessarily got them the map win just yet. Very close game on our hands here, heading into round 26, and in comes the buy that we were anticipating. Hooksy goes down to a Galil. That's the only real weakness in the buy. They've got full nades on the rest of the players. Farlig has the AWP as well. And we go into this round. A really important round now. This could be the swing round in this game. Both teams with little money left behind. And the boost is coming in for Farlig. He's looking for this fight. And, ooh, he had the chance to pull the trigger. But he does the second time of asking. Alex not ready for the boost.
I thought Alex actually might have seen him with the jump peek himself, but apparently not. Okay, nice reaction by Mopos. Refresh goes down. They know they have one player up and short aggressive at the moment, but with one already gone from B, they are going to still commit in. Lowell is the one around the pillar now to try and hold this off. He's going to try and swing in, probably with a flash from his teammate. Up until then, I wouldn't imagine going to peek too aggressively. Actually, just waiting for them to come towards him. Peeks forward, gets the first kill, but with a bit of an awkward spray transfer, it does go down before doing anything else. But again, knowing they've lost this short control, it makes things a lot harder for Copenhagen Flames. Getting that bomb down becomes a little bit more troublesome, and they will actually have to eventually stick it, but needing someone to cover while they do so. There we go, actually, a second player joining in on short. These nades, I was going to say, could do some pretty good damage. Not going to be landing quite on the bomb site itself, instead the back of the pillar, and no one positioned there. So here we go, 3-on-3 retake. This is so important for Movistar Riders, really for both of these teams. And Queenix finds the open and not going to be whiffing now, gets the second. And Easter has immediately decided that he wants to go ahead and run away. That op is going to be very valuable in this next round.
Yeah, Queenix was pretty much on an island there on the bomb site as well. He was trapped there because he planted the bomb. He didn't really have any teammates there quickly enough to trade for him, so it was just all about Queenix landing the shots. And I was worried that he was going to get traded, but no, he lands both headshots. And oh, Easter is removed at the end. Queenix comes away with all those kills. And now Movistar Riders are not looking good here. The money is long gone. They're going for the buy. Alex has bought the FAMAS. It's been dropped over. Final tactical timeout taken by Copenhagen Flames. So maybe they're trying to figure out exactly what Movistar Riders are going to have available to them in this round. But we can see in front of our eyes that Movistar Riders have got very little to work with here. There are going to need to be some heroics for them to win this round.
Yeah, they're going to need to be the miraculous riders. We're going to need to see a little bit of a miracle here if they want to pull this round back. But again, we've seen teams do much more with less, or do exactly that with less, I suppose, because you can't really get more than 5 kills or a defuse if that's needed. They're kind of
What about team kills, Dean?
True.
Ah.
But would that not make it even? Well, I suppose I don't know if that'd be considered doing more with your weak buy because you're killing your own teammate.
No, yeah. I mean, you're doing something. It's just not a good thing.
Nah, not really. That's how life works, really, isn't it?
Wow, that's depressing, Dean.
Fake deep. Alright, here we go. A FAMAS, 4 Deagles, all of the investment in this round. If this doesn't work out, they have a similar investment in the next round, but likely without the FAMAS, unfortunately. So this is the best of what they're going to get, really.
Oh, here we go. We're going down the slide, Dean. Woo, that was fun. It was very slow, unfortunately. It didn't quite feel as exhilarating as I was hoping.
I think I might have been too fat for the slide. I just kind of got stuck on it.
That's unfortunate. This boost from Movistar riders, though, should get them information. Luckily, they're not too fat for the boost. And they're going to get information off the back of it. They know that B is pretty clear for the time being. Copenhagen Flames have pushed up long, though.
Yeah, that's gotten them a really good position here. You can see they actually have the execute, I believe, prepared from here. We have East there up close to the bathrooms, who could be a bit of a nuisance steal as well with Deagle holding from the bomb site itself. And there we go. That first Deagle up close is able to connect the body shots to claim the opening kill in favor of Movistar Riders. It just doesn't last long at all. Phoenix showing why he's going to come in and just... Okay, I don't know where I was going with that sentence, but damn, this is just falling apart. Mopo's on the flank, isn't able to do anything. He's in the bathrooms. Maybe he can mop up a weapon and get out of here. There we go. No, he's not going to escape, though. 0 chance. Yeah, gets peeked in by Queenix. I was going to go with some sort of royalty play, but it didn't put my mind quick enough, so I had to just give up on that set and just concede failure, like Movistar Riders might have to.
They might have to at this point. The 2-0 is on the cards, I think it's fair to say. Queenix has stepped up in these last couple of rounds as well. He's got a couple of big multi-kills in crunch time for this team. And Copenhagen Flames have got 3 map points. This will be the easiest one of them, though, as they're up against full Desert Eagles from Movistar Riders. It's all about headshots for Movistar Riders right now. Eastor moving into mid, playing behind the fountain. He's got a reasonably good position here. They might not have realized that he's moved all the way in. Hooksy has to clear this right-hand side, and Hooksy doesn't clear it in time. Eastor is quickly traded, though, and Refresh snaps around for the second kill. Again, Refresh is just having a great game so far, and Movistar Riders have to overcome a 3v4. They lose the early trades.
Wow, this is just such a tough spot to be in. If they had have at least been able to get themselves one weapon out of it, give themselves the 3-on-4 with a rifle, which they didn't have before, then that would have been an okay spot to be in. But right now, they're just going to split up into the standard setup. They have 2 players up towards A, 1 down on the B bomb site, which is actually looking to be where the commitment is going to come in. So Mopos is going to have a lot to do on his own. Fortunately, the smoke can actually maybe delay a small bit. He's trying to find info before he tosses it down. He's going to be out a little bit more aggressively, which could still let them push forward, but going around the edge of it then into the Deagle. That's exactly what Mopos wanted. Nearly gets the AK out in time, but he has given them a 2-on-2. There's a fighting chance right now for the Spaniards.
Now they're in this round off the back of that Deagle plate. Farlig's taking damage, and Refresh is already low on health here. Refresh moving into the bomb site. He's been a stone cold killer, but it's Farlig who steals it away from him. Both kills at the end from Farlig, and Copenhagen Flames take the series 2-0. 2 close maps.